Hello, happy summer everyone. I hope you're enjoying this beautiful weather that we're having here in Northbrook. So as I've been talking to sellers who are thinking about selling for either later this summer or even heading into the fall, some of the questions that I've been getting the last couple of weeks are, have I missed the market? Is this a good time to sell? So of course it depends. On the other hand, what I'm talking to sellers about is what is important to them. So if they're trying to capitalize on this seller's market, then likely it is a good time for you to sell, because while it's not the peak that we've had in May and April, in Northbrook, our inventory is down 20%, our transactions are down 25%. We do have buyers, but we just don't have enough houses to sell them. So if you're thinking that you've missed the market, you really haven't, because we still have buyers out looking and it'll still be possible to sell your house. Another question I got was, do we need to paint? So paint is your cheapest investment, and it does make a big impact, especially if you've got walls that are kind of nicked up and show wear and tear, or if you've got bright walls that are not going to look good in pictures, then it likely is good to freshen it up. And one example I can give you was a listing that we had recently where it wasn't, we were selling it as is, but as soon as we did some work, just paint and carpet, all of a sudden it was getting offers over the asking price. So you can never guarantee how it's going to sell, although paint is the cheapest investment if you're going to make one into your house. Then another question I got was, tell me about the coming soon and the strategy behind using that. So I do use it as a strategy. Essentially, coming soon means that we have an asking price and some basic details, and it's put in the proper, it's called Private Listing Network, also known as Coming Soon. And it's available for agents. Agents can call and inquire when they can do showings. I usually don't do showings until it's ready for the market with its clean, staged, ready to go, and makes a great first impression. So I keep a list of agents who are inquiring, and then we can decide when it's ready for market, how the price is reacting to the market, and if we need to change it up or down. Also, of course, everyone wants to know when they're selling their house, how much is it going to sell for? So I can tell you, based on data in Northbrook, our average sales price is around $612, and the market time is 45 days right now. Properly priced homes are selling faster than that, and they're selling about 98.5% of their asking price. So in 2023, we are taking the wiggle room out of the pricing, and we are not expecting a huge discount. We are expecting it to sell close to the asking price, if not over. And that is a strategy usually to list it just slightly below the market value, so that you have options when you're selling. It's not always about the price, but sometimes it's the closing date that you want, or a smooth deal and not a lot of contingencies. So when you have more offers to consider, then that gives you the strongest deal, and it also gives you a backup in the event that that first deal doesn't go through. Another question, we talked about that, dual agency. What do you understand about dual agency? It is legal in Illinois. Dual agency means that the agent represents the seller and the buyer on the same transaction, and that is a conflict of interest. So while it is legal, I've made a business practice to not do dual agency. So that means that when you hire me as your selling agent, the listing agent who's going to market the property and represent you on the sale, I will not also represent the buyer. I will show the house, but I have the buyer sign a disclosure that says I represent the seller and I'm not their agent. So I can answer questions, but you're hiring me to be your representative, present you and your property in its best light. And part of that is the strategy of negotiation, and I'm a certified negotiation specialist. So I really want to make sure that you are represented and using all my experience and skills to get you the best deal possible. And that's how we reach Successfully Sold. So if you have more questions, reach out to me. I'd love to connect with you. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Every week we post new videos. Bye-bye.